Talofa lava and kia ora everyone. This is Pasi from Education, and in today's video I'm going to show you the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Before we start, let's define what motivation is. So if you think about it, most of us get up in the morning, something gets us out of bed, we go to school, we go to work, and we behave in certain ways, all on our own, right? And we respond to our environment, to the people around us, with little thought as to why. We work hard, enjoy certain things, or find some, recreational activities, maybe like going to the gym, why we find it so much fun. Yet all of these behaviors, are motivated by something. Something makes us do these things. And that is what motivation is. Motivation is that force. It's the force that drives a person to action. Or in other words, it's that force, whether it comes from inside of you or, from outside of you, it drives you to do what you do. So why should leaders even care about motivation? Not just their own personal self-motivation, but the motivation of their team. Well, there's heaps of studies that show that employee motivation affects productivity. If employees aren't motivated, they're not going to be as satisfied in their role and perform at their best as well. So, leaders do need to be good motivators as well. Now, most people begin a new job with, all this energy and enthusiasm, but slowly they lose that drive. So if leaders and managers fail in their role to motivate the employees, this can really impact the business. Yet motivation is a challenge for most leaders because motivation arises from within a person or within the employee, and it may be different for each person. Some people are motivated by money, others motivated to perform well because managers make them feel appreciated for doing a good job, and still others find their primary motivation in the challenge of solving, problems or making a contribution to society. They feel like they're contributing to a bigger purpose beyond themselves. So, with such diverse motivations among people, how do leaders find the right way to motivate people towards common, organizational goals? And so this is where Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs model comes really in handy, because it suggests that people are motivated by multiple needs and that these needs exist in some sort of hierarchical order. So there are 5 basic needs here, as you can see in this model: physiological, safety, belongingness, esteem, and self-actualization. So let's briefly go through each of these needs and understand what they are. So the physiological needs refer to your most basic human physical needs. You need these things for survival. So we're talking about food, water, and oxygen. But within an organizational setting, we're talking more about like having adequate heat, air, and base salary to ensure survival. Now, the next one is safety needs. These needs include a safe and secure physical and emotional environment and freedom from threats. Things like freedom from violence and for an orderly society. So in the workplace, safety needs reflect the needs for, safe jobs or fringe benefits, which refers to insurance and, job security. Then the next one is belongingness needs. These needs are more about, someone's desire to be accepted by other people. Could be, being accepted by peers or friends, or to even be part of a group and to feel loved and be loved. But in the workplace, these needs influence a person's desire for good relationships with coworkers. Could be, your participation in a work group and a positive relationship with your leaders or your supervisors. Then the next one is your esteem needs. These needs are more about a person's desire for a positive self-image, like their reputation, and to receive attention. They want recognition and appreciation from other people. Within organizations or within the workplace, esteem needs could be more reflected in, motivation for recognition, increase in responsibility, or, some sort of high status, and credit for, contribution to the organization. And then finally, right at the top of these category of needs is self-actualization. which refers to a person's need for self-fulfillment or reaching their personal potential. It's all about personal development. So, it could be upskilling yourself and training. So you might get educated to do that. Or within the workplace, it's about, opportunities for training, personal growth and creativity, doing assignments that are quite challenging, and helps you to grow. And so the great thing about this Maslow's hierarchy of needs model is that it helps leaders understand that there are different types of needs for people, right, that motivate them to do things. And also this model helps you to see in this hierarchy pyramid that some needs are more important than others. So, it starts from the bottom. So the physiological needs is more important than your safety, then your safety is more important than your belongingness, and so forth. And the other thing is that, a person who has not had their physiological needs satisfied is not going to be motivated by anything else like safety, belongingness, or esteem, or anything like that. Until that physiological need is satisfied, then people will be motivated by the next thing. They're no longer motivated by physiological because that's okay now, that's taken care of. So the next thing that's going to motivate them is safety. And then once that is taken care of, then the next thing that's going to motivate them is no longer safety or physiological, but it's going to be belongingness and so forth. Say, for example, you're in a meeting, instead of, being motivated by recognition or status or responsibility, meaning that your needs for that particular time is not going to be so much about esteem. Your needs will probably be more about physiological needs because you haven't had anything to eat. You're starving, right? So you're distracted. So your needs for that particular time that takes priority is your physiological needs. So that's more important at that moment than your esteem needs. So what this model suggests is that you're going to be more motivated that particular time by your physiological needs. So coming back to as a leader, this model is useful because it helps you to be more aware that people have different needs, and those needs can take priority over others at different times, different stages throughout a person's career or life.